works with players and like the work we never see. And coming towards this guy and doing work right now. Cooper Flagg again.
Last night, I was expecting the Mavericks to just be playing out the string on a lost season. That's not what happened. That happened to be Cooper Flagg. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, another 20-point night on a bad shooting percentage that somehow still felt inevitable. I'm saying, oh, Cooper really is out here, and he's playing like the season doesn't matter to his standards. When we talk about the pressure of being the number 1 pick, yes, that was a prime example all year. The NBA hoped it would take longer, that Cooper Flagg would need a redshirt year of struggle, some growing pains, maybe a rookie wall he never quite climbed over. Play a little basketball, get bullied on the block a few times, get a shot rejected by grown men built like tanks, but never fully arrive, not this fast. But after a draft class everyone assumed would take years to matter, a rookie season no one believed possible, and a Rookie of the Year trophy that was barely even a debate by March, Cooper Flagg is becoming exactly what the NBA was afraid of, and he's doing it on a team with almost nothing else going right. With every game, Flagg kept making the entire league look like it drafted around the wrong question. The debate all summer was never really about talent, it was about patience. Everyone assumed an 18-year-old, no matter how polished, would need a real adjustment period against grown men with a decade of NBA strength training on him. That assumption didn't survive October. First off, the Mavericks handed him the keys immediately, and Flagg started every single game of his rookie season, all 70 of them. That's not a development plan. That's a franchise betting the entire rebuild on a teenager and being right. And to make it even more dramatic, he did it on a Dallas team that finished 26-56, missed the playoffs for a second straight year, and had almost no consistent secondary scoring around him. Najee Marshall was the second option on most nights. That's the supporting cast a generational rookie had to carry a losing team with. And he still put up numbers nobody his age has ever put up. Let's shift into the numbers because they're almost absurd once you actually line them up. Flagg finished the year averaging 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.2 steals, and 0.9 blocks a night, shooting 46.8% from the field and 82.7% from the free throw line in over 33 minutes a game. He led the Mavericks outright in points, rebounds, assists, and steals, which sounds like a normal stat line until you realize the last rookie to do that for his own team was Michael Jordan back in 1984-85. Not a comparable prospect, not a similar archetype. Michael Jordan. Flagg also became just the third rookie in the last 45 years to average at least 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in a season, joining exactly 2 names, Michael Jordan and Luka Doncic. That's the entire list. 3 names in almost half a century, and Cooper Flagg's is now permanently on it. Now imagine that same rookie, but figure in the fact that he started slow. Flagg opened the year finding his footing against NBA caliber size for the first time in his life, and once he settled in, he was a completely different problem for opposing defenses. Over his final 51 games of the season, he averaged 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists a night, closer to what an established all-star puts up than what an actual teenager should be capable of in year 1. He led every rookie in the league in 25-point games, 30-point games, 35-point games, and 40-point games, and he became the youngest player in NBA history to score 50 points in a game. He also set the rookie scoring record outright with a 49-point outburst against Charlotte, going 19 for 30 from the field and knocking down all 7 of his free throws just to top a career high he had already set weeks earlier. In my opinion, that 49-point game is the single most important data point in his entire rookie season, not because of the number itself, but because of who he did it against and how in control he looked doing it. This wasn't a hot shooting fluke. That was a young superstar figuring out exactly how good he actually is in real time on national television with everyone watching. The Rookie of the Year race, if you can even call it that, was barely competitive by the time voting closed. Flagg edged out Charlotte's Con Knippel, his former Duke teammate, in a matchup of 2 of the best rookies in the league had seen in years, and Flagg still separated himself clearly. He joined Luka Doncic and current Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd as Dallas connected winners of the award, with Doncic taking it home in 2018-19, and Kidd splitting it with Grant Hill back in 1994-95. There's something almost poetic about that. The same franchise that watched Doncic get traded away in one of the most lopsided deals in league history immediately turned around and drafted the next winner of that very award. The NBA feared they'd have to wait years to see another prospect this complete, Instead, Dallas cashed in the very next lottery. Here's the thing about watching Flagg operate on both ends of the floor. He wasn't just a scorer padding stats on a tanking team. His block rate, steal rate, and defensive rebounding numbers all sat near the top of any rookie in the league. And unlike a lot of high picks who get parked on the perimeter to hide from contact, Flagg guarded multiple positions from day one. Teammates noticed it immediately. Coaches noticed it immediately. And opposing scouts, the same ones who spent the summer debating whether he was a true number one pick or just the safest pick, spent the season quietly admitting they got the value wrong. He wasn't the safe choice, he was the correct choice. And the gap between these two things turned out to be enormous. The advanced numbers make it even scarier looking forward. Flagg's true shooting efficiency climbed as the season went on. His three-point shot, which sat at a modest 29.5% for the year, was clearly still a work in progress, and defenses spent the back half of the season sagging off him from deep, daring him to prove he could punish it consistently. He didn't need to prove it yet. He was already good enough everywhere else that the outside shot barely mattered. And that's the terrifying part for the rest of the league. This was the floor. Dallas is bringing Kyrie Irving back next season after knee surgery, which means Flagg won't have to carry nearly the offensive burden he did as an 18-year-old, thrown into a shattered rebuild with almost no help. Less usage, more space, a real second star finally next to him, and a jumper that only has room to improve. That's not a ceiling being raised. That's a floor being raised under a player who already looked like a top 15 talent in the league as a teenager. The Mavericks are sitting on a foundation that looks uncomfortably similar to the one they just gave away. A generational talent, still a teenager, already this efficient, already this competitive, already carrying a losing roster to respectability on pure individual force. They feared it might take another franchise years to find their next Doncic. Instead, Dallas may have found him in their own draft room, wearing the same jersey 12 months later. This isn't a redemption arc. There's nothing to redeem. This is a start. The NBA, they're out of time again. Hit that like button if you think Cooper Flagg is about to make an entire draft class look like they were fighting over the wrong number one pick. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these ones on your screen now.